What's going on, YouTube? This is Zach from Iron Predator, and I would like to release this new series. And I know we keep on coming out with series, but I really think you guys are going to enjoy this. This is a series that I thought of called Confessions of a Former Fat Kid, because you don't get into this lifestyle of fitness usually for shits and giggles. It's because you were one thing and you wanted to become something great. You woke up one day and you were like, I'm not happy with what I look like. And so you went to the gym, or you bought some equipment, you learned your information, and you changed yourself for the better. But you can't forget who you were, because who you were, if you remember who you were, that makes you stay humble. And you're going to probably get some laughs out of this, okay? So this is a series where every once in a while I'm going to come on and I'm going to just tell a story of when I was younger and pretty fat. I was pretty overweight. I would like to say, like, a lot of these stories are probably going to be from like middle school, which is like a really long time for me. Um, but I might have uh, a couple high school ones. Now in middle school, I was probably like 6 foot, like 245 pounds, something like that. So pretty big. I mean, I was tall. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Everyone says if they're your friend or they want to be nice, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're just tall." Especially in my case, I'm 6'6", so I've always been really freaking tall. But there's a certain point where like bones don't weigh that much. Okay, like they weigh a little bit, but like you know what weighs more than bones? Fat. Yeah, I know this is a hard pill to swallow. This might be a wake up call to a lot of you, but someone's gonna have to tell you. And Jared from Subway ain't gonna do it anymore, so might as well be me. And don't worry, I'm gonna be making fun of myself too. Okay? Okay, here we go. This is my first story from my first installment of Confessions of a Former Fat Kid. All right, here we go. So this was taking place in eighth grade. Now I was not a popular kid in middle school. To come to think of it, so I had gone through elementary and middle school all with the same people. I went to a very very small school, and I grew up with all these kids. And I don't know if once kids like get to know you, you fall into a sort of like you are this person type of thing, and it's very very hard to change people's minds about it. If once they see you one way, they really won't see you another way unless you drastically change something about yourself. They're gonna see you that way for the rest of like your elementary, middle school, however long you go to school with them. Now, okay, so by eighth grade, I want to say like there were kids that were nice to me, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I got to high school and like I got more friends, like actual true friends. And this isn't a pity party, okay? I think it's like, even though now I realize it was pretty hard. I'm a very optimistic person, and so I didn't realize how like bad. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but like how like I guess unliked I was in middle school and elementary school until I got to high school, and I was like, oh, that's what real friendship is. Um, so I had like a couple like guys, not any girls, but a couple guys that were like nice to me, but none of them that like really liked me. And I had one friend who I had been to school with him all the entire through elementary all the way through, but our eighth grade year, his mom decided that she couldn't take him to school anymore because our school didn't have buses. It was a very small school. I think I graduated with like 80 kids, and so she switched him out and put him in a public school. I went to like a conservative like charter school or something, I guess is what you would call it. So since he was gone, I had zero people to like actually be considered my friends. Now, obviously, I deluded myself to thinking that I had more friends than I did, because I would probably go crazy if I thought that like he was it. Anyway, so going into eighth grade, I'm like, all right, I gotta put my feelers out. I gotta find someone that is gonna be cool enough to be my friend, or to get me in social situations where I could be someone else's friend, so I can get more friends, basically. Um, and so there was this one kid, and he wasn't like the most popular kid in the world, but he had a lot of friends that were girls, and I was like, you know what, he's my guy. I'm gonna talk to this kid, And I was the very like I was very upfront, and I thought I was being mature about it, but really I was just being a freaking creep. Where if I wanted to be friends with anyone, I would just go up to him. And I would literally go up to him, even in 8th grade, and I'd go, "Hey, would you want to be friends with me, or do you consider us to be friends?" And they would like look at me like, "The fuck," and I don't blame them because that's really freaking weird. So anyway, uh, like 2 or 3 weeks pass, and I get I asked this kid, um, "Hey, will you be my friend?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And he was like, cause just probably because he had no idea what to say, he didn't want to sound like a dick. So that goes on, and like the second day, like I'm like we like hang out by friend, like we hang out at lunch, and then we hang out at recess together, uh, and this is where the hard pill to swallow comes in. So I'm eating lunch, right? Eating with like his friends because I don't really have any, and he comes up to me like halfway through, and he goes, "Hey, bro, so since I'm being your friend now, you mind throwing me something to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to this kid. He's gonna be my friend. He's gonna introduce me to girls. He's gonna be nice. I have someone to hang out with now." So I was like, "Yeah, sure," and I just gave him like one little thing, and then he kept on doing it, and he kept on asking for more and more until there was a point where like it was like maybe 2 weeks into our friend or like a week into our friendship, and I was like giving him like basically my entire lunch. Now, like I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but like once you get to know me, I'm like a Burkle guy, and yes, I just stole that from Max Tuning. But I'm a Burkle guy, and I uh, I like get along with mostly everyone, and I try to be interested in things that other people are interested in and try new things. But so like after he got to know me, he's like, "Oh yeah, this kid's not too bad. I mean, he's pretty fat, and he has zero self-esteem because I did, and I did." Uh, so he eventually stopped making me give him my lunch, but that was always a little stinger right in the back of your head when you realize, yeah, I only had one friend in 8th grade, and he was only friends with me because I gave him my lunch. Now I won him over, but still, that kind of stung. So remember, you gotta stay humble, okay? Where you were and where you are today is the difference, okay? You don't want to be that dude that was so fat in high school and then decided solely on motivation. There's nothing wrong with having your haters motivate you, but you don't want that to be your only motivation to prove them that they were wrong because then you become what you hated. All right? I don't mean to get all philosophical on you and crap like that because that's not who I am. But yeah, just keep that in your back of your mind. And if you guys enjoy this, more of these confessions of a former fat kid will be coming to you. All right? See you guys later.